Hello and welcome to Module 3, Safety and Security. This is a key phrase you'll hear all throughout the crypto journey and the industry. Not your keys, not your crypto. So what does this exactly mean? Most people don't know or understand a very simple principle of ownership. You've probably heard that possession is 9/10 of the law. And I'm going to give you an example that a lot of people aren't even aware of. Is that when you go and deposit your money into your bank, effectively you've handed over legal ownership. And they give you a piece of paper back and a debit credit, right? So it's the same with crypto. When you hand your crypto over or you go and buy on an exchange, you've handed over the ownership from your wallet to the exchange. And then these exchanges put that on their balance sheet, like the banks. Your assets become their assets and they get their business off it. Also, it means that you need to have your security phrases safely stored as well. I hope that's clarified something about crypto ownership. So when you transfer your money into the bank takes ownership, transfer from the bank to the exchange takes ownership of that cash. You buy the crypto, they put it on an exchange wallet, they own your crypto, not you. The way to deal with that, and we're going to look at this now, is to do with the exchange ownership or self-custody, also known as self-sovereignty. There are so many debates about which is better. I'm going to share my journey when I first got into cryptocurrency, and it was a significant amount of money. I had learned all about this and I was getting really confused and I was saying, where do I go? What do I think? I understand all this. So what I did, I actually got clarity when I asked myself this question. What is the probability, and it was CoinSpot at the start, the exchange going broke, right? Or something happening to it. Well, it's insured and it operates under an Australian Financial Services license. So there will be some recourse, and it's also in Australia. Exchanges overseas, for example, with the FTX debacle, different ball game. So I sat down and going back to previous modules, the DISC personality profiling, and also to Socrates, know thyself. So I said, what's the probability of the exchange going broke, losing my crypto, or being hacked, compared to me with self-custody and storage of me losing my key phrase, seed phrase? Now, I know me. That's highly possible, highly probable. So I made the conscious choice to store my cryptos on exchange because I felt far safer. Now, as time's gone on, we've moved it off and we've evolved from there, right? So at the end of the day, it's a personal decision. And if you go into self-custody, make sure your seed phrases are at least triplicate, and also laminate them. Also put them maybe one in a safe or a security box, store something else with some valuable documents, and also in a place that only you know exists. Don't leave them in your jeans pocket and let it go through the wash. I know some people have done that as well. And as long as you practice common sense, you're going to be okay. So how to be safe and secure. Now, what I'm going to cover here is really people are going to take a step back and go, oh, I never even thought about this, right? Excuse the directness, keep your mouth shut about what you own. Right? People can't help it. I had a rule in the live training room during COVID that no one was allowed to say, oh, I own X amount of dollars, or I own this, because everyone's got different financial positions, right? But at the end of the day, no one really cares, okay? But what it does is that you're going around broadcasting to third parties all the world what you own. In the last 2 years, there's been 180 crypto-related kidnappings, extortions, and some of those have ended in death. There was a young YouTuber in the early days was saying about all of the crypto that he owned, he was home invaded, beaten senseless. He refused to give over his keys, and they killed them. Go on YouTube and start doing some research about kidnappings and crypto. So a bit of diplomacy and a bit of situational awareness, self-awareness. There's no need to go and tell everyone, right? And there's always going to be someone bigger and better. There's that very famous story of Kerry Packer in Vegas, and there's a Texan there, and he's at the table gambling, and he's mouthing on how he's worth $100 million US. And Kerry Packer just turned around very casually and said, "Hey, mate, I'll toss you for it." Okay. Another way of being safe and secure is not allowing third parties to know where you have secured your seed phrases, right? Also, too, if you're preparing a will or got a will, make sure you have provisions in that will what to do in the event of your demise. Now, there's no point leaving huge amounts of crypto inheritance in his cold storage wallet where no one knows where the seed phrases are stored. Now, this does require a little bit of trust, okay? So that's something that a lot of people don't look at. And also, too, with the safety, just make sure that the systems and processes that you put in place, if needed be, can be accessed by another trusted third party. Now I'm going to introduce to you the concept of cold storage. There's the exchange where you can store your crypto, and then you've got the ledgers, which is the device like a nano. But what happens, you might have your seed phrase safely stored, but if you lose that device, it can't be recovered, okay? Then you've got the hot wallets, trust wallets that are online. There's an app in your phone. Your phone gets hacked. You've got your seed phrases screenshot in your photos. Say goodbye to your crypto. Now, this problem has been overcome with what's called cold storage, where it's effectively taken out and put into cold storage where it can't be accessed by anyone, hence the name. However, this is very, very clunky. Back in the day, you used to be able to print off all of your crypto and put it onto a piece of paper and then laminate it and then go and stick it in a safe or something like that. Very clunky. Now we have Tangem. Tangem is awesome. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take you into the website and introduce you to Tangem and let me know what you think. Welcome to Tangem. I'm going to put the link in the description below so you can go and see this for yourself. So Tangem is your secure crypto hardware wallet, but also in self-storage. Now, Tangem has been around for some time. It redefines crypto security and it gives you the independence that you need. So when you scroll down through here, you'll start seeing something you've probably never seen before. These are like Tangem cards. They're the size of like a credit card. They actually contain your seed phrases. And as you can see here, 0 out of 4 million cards have been hacked since the inception. How this works is that you go through and you buy the Tangem cards, or you can also buy the ring, which I'm going to cover shortly. You then go and download the Tangem app, And then you touch, after going through your biometric securities, touch the Tangem card, it opens the wallet. You can then transfer your wallet, your coins from another wallet or from an exchange into Tangem, and then you close it down and it goes into cold storage where it can't be accessed. Now, you can get 2 or 3 cards. I recommend 3. And also, too, you can create your own seed phrase. What this means is that you could be anywhere in the world on any device or someone else's device, download your Tangem onto that device, the app, tap it, touch it, and go. It's very, very, very cool. Now, here is the ring. And what they have done here is they've created a fashion accessory with the Tangem ring. The Tangem ring can be worn. It's very, very discreet, and it contains the same chip as you see down here in the blue that you will find in the Tangem cards. Go and have a look at this. Now, the ring might not be for everyone. As you can see, you can wear it as a fashion accessory, right? However, I would like to point out to you that if someone knew what that was, for example, a criminal, and he realizes that's an access to your crypto wallet, don't be surprised if your chain gets ripped off, or worse, you lose a finger, okay? Me, I wouldn't do it. So see the description below, go and explore Tangem, and I'm sure you'll love what you see. Now, recently, in the last month or so, Tangem have done a deal with Visa, which means that you can then link your Tangem or multiple Tangem wallets. I have got members that run multiple wallets, one for long-term investment, short-term, currency, and also living expenses. What that means is that you can link a Visa card to your Tangem wallet and spend it like cash, completely bypassing the centralized banking system. Yeah, that's right. Now, it's called peer-to-peer. For those of you who have figured this out already, you'll see the huge value, because that transaction is not recorded on a centralized banking system. It is a transaction between the merchant and yourself. I'm going to leave it at that. That's the discussion we have in Crypto Mastery. I hope you've enjoyed this module. Please see the description below. Go and check out Tangem and let me know what you think.